what's up? Welcome back to the Immortal Podcast. Um, really, today is basically just gonna be about just straight military. And for the people, I'm really making the whole thing about military, just so I can annoy the people that hate me talking about it too much, quote unquote, too much. So, where do I start actually? My grandpa, he was in the Navy, and I'm not sure if he retired or he just quit or anything like that. I'm not sure. All I know is that he was in the Navy or the Air Force. I don't remember which one, but I'm certain that it was the Navy. So, yeah, so after he was in the Navy, he became a police officer in Odessa and Midland and Mineral Wells and some other places that I forgot. And he told me that he was a negotiator in the SWAT whenever he was a police officer. And if you go into my grandpa's or my grandma and grandpa's house, you walk through the door, you turn right, you can see this little thing with like his picture, and he's got his badges and his um what do you call those? I guess you can just call them badges too. So he's got all of his badges, and then it has handgun expert, and then it has SWAT. It has like a little a pin thing for SWAT. And I asked him about it one day, and he said, "Yeah, I'm a negotiator. I used to be a negotiator in the SWAT." And I was like, "What's the scariest thing you've ever done?" And he was like, "Well, there was this. There's always hostage situations. There's always people threatening to kill themselves or barricade themselves in." And I was like, "Wow. I mean, you went through a lot." And he was like, "Yeah, but you know, it it's not easy becoming a negotiator because you just can't. It's like it's scary hearing like that you're probably gonna be the last person that they hear, the person that is barricaded or whatever." So he's retired now, and he's doing good. And so, and then comes my uncle. He was an army enlistee, but while he was in basic, he got injured somehow. I don't remember how, or I don't even know if I was told how. But I remember I was at the dining table with my grandma and grandpa, him, and like my aunt and like some of my cousins and stuff like that. And he's the one that really kind of made me start acting like how I am now. More clean. I'm not being mean to anyone. I'm not disrespecting anyone, really stuff like that. And I've improved a lot, and I'm really proud of myself for that. And he's the one that really gave me that talk that said, if you want, you can, whenever you go into ninth grade, you can join JROTC. And I think he said throughout high school. I don't know if it's in ninth grade, but if it is, I actually did like some research on it, and it said about 30,000 a year. And so I'm willing to do as many years as I possibly can. So if it starts in ninth grade, then the total cost I think is going to be, let's see, $12,000. I just said 12,000, not 12,000. 120, 120,000. I don't remember how to say numbers. Apparently, 120,000 for 4 years. So that's a bunch of cash. But anyways, so he was saying, yeah, you can do that. I've seen people all over. And he actually told me a story that whenever he was in basic, he saw an officer, which if I think you go to college for that, um, he, uh, he saw an officer, And he said, well, you must have been here a long time. So, hold up. Okay, so he was like, bam and bam, 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 bam. He just kept saying stuff, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And then he was told me about this part. He said there was an officer that actually walked past him, and he was like, well, you must have been here a long time. And he said, and the officer said, nope, this is my first day. And um, he actually said something pretty funny. He was like, well, and then he saluted. And then the officers, I guess, salute a different way somehow. Because he said, well, this dude doesn't even know how to salute, so I don't think he's been here that long. But anyways, then comes my dad. I don't know who tried to go in the military first, but my dad, he was in the Navy for a year, I think. And then I don't remember. I think he like quit or something. I don't remember. But anyways, he was in the Navy, and I was, I wasn't really interested about this until maybe 8 years old. And I actually have something right behind me that he gave me about whenever I was maybe 10 or 9 years old. It's actually like a U.S. Navy coin, and it's actually pretty cool, but um, it's kind of like rusted and stuff like that. But it's good. I still keep it right there because it's good enough to see it. But anyways, I think maybe about a month ago, I was at my grandma and grandpa's house, and I was on the phone with my dad, and I was talking about him. I was talking to him, saying that I'm gonna join the Marines or the Navy, or not the Navy, the Marines or the Army. And he said, "No, son, you can't join that. You got to join the Navy or the Air Force. That's your only option." I was like, "Well, Dad, whenever I talked to you last, you said that you would at least let me join the Army, probably." And then he said stuff like that, but I'm really stuck in a position right now that's, it's just, my mind is everywhere. Like, I don't know which one I should choose because I don't know if you can switch branches, which I wouldn't do in the first place because I don't know. To me, that kind of sounds like disloyalty or something like that. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. But anyways, so I talked to him about that, and I was thinking about that maybe about 2 weeks ago, and I was like, well, if quarantine ends at the end of May, which at the end of May is also my birthday, May 30th, then I will be able to join a cadet program that's actually in the barracks. If you know what that is, it's by the middle school for people that live in my city. So I think it's the age is 12 to 21, I believe. And the paper is in, I think it's in the kitchen, actually. It's hanging up on my fridge. I wouldn't want to go get that right now. So I think it's maybe 16 classes, 24 classes, something like that. And if you pass all those classes, then if you join the Air Force, instead of joining and becoming a private, you can become a private first class. So, I could join that, become a private first class, get a head start. Um, I could, um, and I could join the Army, and I do want to join the Army, but if you don't know, there's like this battle, quote unquote, battle over Army versus Marines, and apparently Marines do a harder job than the Army, but the Army is who sees battle the most. They see the battle more than Marines, and I want to see battle, and I don't know. It's really hard to explain. I just want to know what it feels like to be protecting your friends, or just to be in that position that you've all played in, like Call of Duty or something like that. Just to know what kind of position that's in. And that's literally not even the reason why I want to join. I really want to join just really for respect, and you know to know that I'm a part of something that not a lot of people are a part of, and it's a very special group because once you join the military, you no long your I is no longer in your vocabulary. You you call yourself this recruit. You don't say I want to do something or something like that. You say this recruit wants to do something. So apparently, so what they basically do in basic or boot camp, what they do is, what I've heard is they transform you into a Marine, Army man, or sailor. Um, because before you join that, you're a civilian, and then you join the military. You go through boot camp. Once you're done with boot camp, once you earn your, um, I forgot what it's called, but once you become a Marine, for example, you're no longer a civilian. You're no longer like anybody else, and so it's just so special to think that people that go through boot camp, they not all people get to go into the military because maybe they're just weak. I don't know, that's not weak. Maybe they're just not tough enough for it, or maybe they lose their temper or something like that. Not every person and gets to join it, and if I do, it's a special thing because I've accomplished something that I've wanted to do. I really have my future all planned out. It's going to be really complicated, but I don't know how old you have to be, but I want to be in the military, and I also want to be a fireman. Um, so of course first I'm going to be in the military because I mean, it's pretty obvious I've been wanting to do it for forever now. So, um, if I ever do retire from the military, and then if there's not like a certain age, and if I'm the age that you can be to become a firefighter, I want to become a firefighter because it just to know that you're saving people is just great because you ever seen like those videos and while you're scrolling on Instagram, like of those Marines or whatever, there's a person robbing a store and then they like tackle them and stuff like that. Just to know that you actually saved someone's life probably is just insane. I'm also really stuck on a military position for like the um Space Force or Coast Guard. So I still have like 6 more years to decide, which is enough time. And I just can't wait till that day that I graduate and I can finally join. But I'm really scared of the fact that I have to go through boot camp, even though I'm 99% sure I'm gonna be ready for it. But I've seen videos of it, and they have to do like dental work, and they have to literally stab needles into your arm. I've seen them do it, and it looks like sucks. Even today, like the nurse will barely even stab it in, and it will hurt still. And they give you like 6 on each arm or something like that, and they just like stab it in, and I can't believe it. But I guess it is what it is. They got to do it eventually. You might as well do it while you're in boot camp, so you can just have it aside. But what I'm wondering is, like, how do you get deployed? Do people pick you, or do you pick your job to be deployed? or something. I don't know. Um, Actually, my cousin, he wanted to join the army, but he actually had a kid, and he can't because you got to take care of the kid. So, um, if I join JROTC in ninth grade, 10th grade, whatever, for the people that go to my school, everyone will see me every day in my own uniform, basically like a name brand, like what they wear. And I'm also stuck in a position that I don't know what I should do. I don't know if I should become an officer in the military or I should just enlist, because if you want to become an officer, you're gonna have to like lead men, and just to know how much harder that is to do. I just don't think I can do it. I don't think I can lead a bunch of men in to just to lead someone into battle just to know that they might get shot or get wounded or something. So, I'm really sure that I'm going to enlist instead of go to college and then become an officer. But I've actually seen, what goes on in boot camp, and it's crazy. They got drill sergeants screaming in your face. I mean, that's of course, yeah, but they got drill sergeants screaming in your face. You gotta make your bed perfectly. You got like 5-10 minutes to take a shower, brush your teeth, and comb your hair and stuff like that. And it's crazy. I mean, I think I could do that if I just rush and just gotta keep your area clean and organized, make your bed, and just say, "Aye, sir." Aye, aye, sir. I think. I don't know. I don't know what other branches say. I don't know if they say the same thing, but all I know is Marines say, "Aye, aye, sir. Aye, sir." So, you really just can't have an attitude with them, because what they say is if you fail, the whole team fails or something like that. And that's they send you home if you don't get your stuff done. And I wouldn't want to be sent home, knowing that I wasn't good enough to make it in the military, and you know I can't do my dream. But I think they have reenlistment days, which you can go back and try it again. I think that's what that means. Um, but if I just can't do it, then you already know my backup plan is a firefighter or police officer or paramedic, one of those. Um, you know I you know it's crazy to think that how hard becoming a Navy SEAL is. Like, I've heard like 6 people died during Navy SEAL training, and um, I've heard that, I don't know if this is true, but I've actually read a book, and then they're saying that they swim with sharks, and I just can't do that. I can't do that. Um, I was talking to my friend. I was on FaceTime with her the other night, and I asked her what she wanted to do. She said she wanted to be a vet or a nurse or a paramedic, and I was like, okay, fun. And I already said what I wanted to do, and I hated to keep bringing it up because I didn't want her to think I was annoying. I was like, hey, you could join the military and you could be a nurse in the military. And I was like, after she said something about it, I just dropped it because I didn't want to become annoying. Um, you know, okay, let's just change the facts and let's talk about Call of Duty real fast to take some examples. Um, Ghost, Modern Warfare 2, he was Lieutenant Simon Ghost Riley. and then Captain McTavish, Captain Price. Um, you know, they they had, or even General Shepard. General Shepard had to be in, like, this probably sounds stupid, but since the remastered just came out in like April for Xbox, um, but anyways, General Shepard, he really wasted his whole career because he did a really important thing. Becoming a general takes a lot of time if you're an officer, I'm pretty sure. Well, I think I'm gonna end it here because I mean I really don't have anything else to talk about other than stuff's been going good, stuff like that. It's been a lot chill, and I really hope I get to go on in seventh grade next year. Which, if all the band kids could, if they see this, could they help me out and and tell me where do I go to get my band assignments? Like I've been getting these. I look on Skyward, and then it says band 57, and I'm like, bruh, how do I get stuff done? What do I do? And I haven't even emailed band teacher yet. But all my other grades, they're passing, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go in seventh grade. But I'm just thinking, if I stay back in sixth grade, then I'm gonna be a giant to all those kids. Like I'm gonna be 2 feet taller than them. Cause I remember in fifth grade, those kids were short. They were like shorter than midgets, bro. I swear. And back then, I was like 5'4", and that doesn't mean that they haven't grown, but they're small. And if I go on to seventh grade, ooh, it's gonna be tough. I really hope my friends understand that I gotta quit getting into trouble if I really, really want to become, um, if I really want to join the military. So I hope they understand that I have to quit becoming the class clown. I gotta quit disrespecting teachers and staff and quit disrespecting other people like that. And I gotta wait until after school to just be funny. Well, I'm gonna end it now. So, um, well, I don't know why I didn't do it on Thursday. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't post no, it was actually that Tuesday. Sorry I didn't post that Tuesday, but I'm doing it now, and I hope I can start doing it more recently. Because I have several things to talk about, but I just can't fit them all into here. So, well, I'll see y'all later. Peace.